Hey guys, in this video, we're going to be checking out the top 5 best running watches that are available on the market for their true quality. I put this list together based on my personal experience and hours of research. I've ranked them by popularity, quality, price, durability, user reviews, and more. If you'd like more details or want to see the latest prices, be sure to check the description below. And don't forget to subscribe for more reviews. Alright, let's get started with the video. Starting at number 5, we have the Garmin Forerunner 255. After our extensive hands-on tests, we're confident that the Garmin Forerunner 255 is the best running watch for most runners. Like all Garmin products, the 255 and the smaller but otherwise identical 255S is hands down the easiest setup. All that's required is downloading the app to your phone and syncing directions appear directly on the watch face, thanks to Bluetooth connectivity. Before and during workouts, the watch is easy to navigate. Each of the 5 buttons is clearly labeled, so you never have to second guess during a run whether you're pausing or stopping your workout. You also don't have to dig through too many screens to find the stats you care about. While running, your time, distance, and pace are prominently displayed. Should you decide you want more granular feedback, it's easy to toggle through additional screens to view your heart rate, lap information, and the time of day you completed each workout. A standout feature on this watch, when you choose run as your activity, it also gives you a suggested workout, pace, and distance, and explains why it is recommending that particular workout. More often than not, because our tester was only testing this watch for a few weeks, she didn't do the workout. However, on the occasions she tried it, she found it refreshing to follow a prescribed workout, especially for a specific pace and distance. The watch also explains why it recommends each workout, which was interesting to see. Also helpful, the ability to preload running routes and be notified along the way that you're on the right track. The Forerunner 255 offers the ability to track all manner of other workouts too, including the ability to map open water swims, a feature not available in its predecessor, the 245. However, triathletes won't find a triathlon mode here. They'll have to look to the pricier Forerunner 955 for that. The 255S, the version we tested, has a compact design with a 41mm face, about 1 inch in diameter, and a slim 18mm 0.7 inch band, so it can easily double as an everyday watch if the style suits you. The silicone band is comfortable, neither too long nor too short, and doesn't irritate sensitive skin, even when it gets too sweaty. If you opt for the larger 255, you'll get a face size of 46mm, about 2 inches, for the same price. The battery lasts up to 12 days in smartwatch mode, minimizing the amount of time you need to charge. You'll get up to 26 hours of GPS workout tracking on a single charge too. One downside, the GPS can be finicky. It often took minutes, rather than seconds, to acquire a signal. Not ideal, especially at the start of a race. This happened frequently enough where our tester didn't have the patience to wait for it to sync properly and just started her runs without the GPS acquiring. On the other hand, there were a few times when the watch acquired a GPS signal in a matter of seconds. This inconsistency was especially surprising as we did our test runs on the same routes. It's worth noting that our tester never carried her phone with her. Garmin's and most GPS watches in general find satellites faster after being recently synced to a phone with GPS. Like most running watches, the 255 and 255S track steps, sleep, and data for other types of workouts, such as bike rides and swims. Each morning, the watch screen displays a morning report, which outlines your sleep data, recovery time, and training status, and provides a suggested workout based on what you could strive for with your current level of fitness. This was a treat our tester looked forward to, and it inspired her to get moving, as the data is informative, but not overwhelming to digest before you've had your coffee. The 255 comes in 8 colors, and with the option to pay $50 more for music storage for up to 500 songs that you can listen to over Bluetooth earbuds, not included. Music controls can be accessed by pressing the down arrow on any screen and can play songs downloaded to your phone via your computer, Spotify, or Amazon Music, as well as any run-specific playlists from your computer or phone that you'd like to sync to your watch. If you plan to listen to tunes during your next marathon, you can expect up to 6 hours of battery life from a full charge. Moving on, at number 4, we have the Garmin Forerunner 55. Like most Garmin watches, using the Forerunner 55 is a straightforward process. The watch has clearly labeled buttons and a straightforward home screen with all the vital information you might want at the touch of a button or two. This makes it a good option for runners who want a watch that provides easy-to-read basic data on their running and other workouts. One of the best things about the Garmin Forerunner line, and this watch in particular, is how intuitive it is. You don't have to dig through screens for any information. The most vital stats, mileage, pace, and heart rate are easy to spot during your run, with a full recap that you can scroll through when you're finished. The Forerunner 55 provides up to 2 weeks on smartwatch mode and 20 hours of GPS tracking capabilities on a single charge, as compared to the 255's 12 days and 26 hours. At 40.32mm, 1.65 inches in diameter, the watch is a hair larger than the 255S and half centimeter smaller than the 255, a good size to clearly display all the data without feeling bulky. The 20mm 0.8-inch silicone wristband isn't too wide to feel cuff-like, and most importantly, didn't irritate our tester's skin when sweat got under it during runs. Some runners who prefer the 55's simple interface and no-frills approach might be content to give up some higher-end features, most notably the barometric altimeter for more accurate measuring of elevation. But shelling out more for the 255 with or without music capability gets you additional sensors designed to help you progress as a runner while avoiding overtraining, such as more advanced heart rate and training effect metrics, and handy features like GPS, turn-by-turn guidance for unfamiliar routes. You also don't get the morning report capturing your holistic health or a detailed sleep report like you would with the Forerunner 255. Also, like other Garmins, including our top pick, the GPS on the Forerunner 55 can be finicky. It often took minutes, rather than seconds, to acquire, though it'll locate the satellites faster if you sync it to your location-enabled smartphone first. That said, for an easy-to-use, wrist-worn way to track your runs, the 55 delivers a great value. At number 3, we have the Suunto 9 Baro. Triathletes and serious runners who want an influx of data about all of their workouts will love the Suunto 9 Baro. It is very straightforward to set up, and the combination of buttons on the side of the watch and a touch screen allows you to easily scroll through data regardless of whether you're sitting at home or out on a tough run. During a workout, the large numbers showing pace, time, and distance are easy to make out, no matter how quickly you're running. It also has settings to track multiple workouts, so when you're cross-training, you can still get stats about your other workouts. Like many other watches we tested, you can individually track a swim, bike ride, or run. However, if you're competing in a triathlon, you can also switch to the triathlon setting to track all 3 in one event. That said, the Suunto 9 Baro is absolutely gigantic. Its face measures 50mm across, nearly 2 inches, and feels significantly larger than our best overall Garmin. It's built like a tank and feels indestructible, which is great for when you're working out. However, this made it wildly uncomfortable when we tried to wear it every day. We had a handful of people around the lab try on the Suunto 9 Baro during testing, and all of them had the same shocked reaction over how large this watch truly is. If you're looking for something sleek and discreet, this is not the watch for you. At number 2, we have the Polar Pacer. Like other Polar watches we've tested in the past, setting up the Pacer was pretty intuitive, minus its slow syncing with the app. Though it's not on par with Garmin in terms of easy setup, the Pacer itself offers one of the easiest watch interfaces to navigate. It offers a ton of data, which could be overwhelming, but it's presented in a way that's clear and easy to digest. It was easy to look at the stats you might care about the most, such as workout tracking, heart rate, and route navigation, and disregard those you might not care about, like performance tests and running power. The Polar app is one of the best apps out there, giving you plenty of information in a more navigable way than Garmin's more cluttered app interface. The watch face is on the slightly larger side. It has a 45mm diameter, about 1.75 inches, a touch smaller than the Garmin Forerunner 250i, but nowhere near as massive as the Suunto 9. bonus for those with larger wrists, the Polar Pacer comes with a 20mm wide silicone band that's already plenty long, but can be lengthened further with extensions. Runners with extra small wrists will have an excessive amount of watch band to deal with, but despite that, wearing it throughout the day and into an evening run proved comfortable, easy, and irritation-free. While this may seem like a minor inconvenience to some, the layout of the buttons on this watch was a major source of frustration for our tester. There are 3 buttons on the right side and 2 on the left, as compared to 2 and 2 on many other watches. And pause is a different button than stop, and then start chalk resume. Most watches, including the Garmin's, start, pause, and stop using the same button. Because the polars aren't clearly labeled and they are flush to the sides of the watch, she often pressed the wrong button during her runs, ending her workout instead of merely pausing it. That said, if the Polar were your only watch, you'd probably get used to it quickly enough. Like many other running watches, the Pacer tracks multiple workouts and has music streaming capability. Avid runners will love the prompts for fitness tests that will help you earn a new PR or keep you race ready, which include basic running or walking tests that measure your VO2 max, the best way to illustrate your aerobic fitness. And finally, at number 1, we have the Polar Vantage M. Despite a bumpy setup process, the Polar Vantage M is a decent watch for the serious runner or triathlete who wants data presented in a clear but detailed way. The screen's font is large and easy to read, so our tester could immediately see her heart rate, time, distance, and pace. Although it has a sleek look, the fit of this watch is pretty bulky, especially underneath long sleeves and while wearing gloves. At 46mm across, 1.8 inches, the watch face is just large enough that if you have a smaller bone structure, you probably wouldn't want to wear it as an everyday watch. That said, the stopwatch and countdown setting makes it easy to use for a track workout, and the way the Vantage M buzzes on your wrist after your preferred distance means you'll never miss your mile splits because you didn't hear a beep. One of the more frustrating aspects of the Polar Vantage M is that you have to hit 2 different buttons to start a workout and stop it. Our tester often found herself getting confused and hitting the wrong one. The buttons are also flush to the side of the watch, making them challenging to press. However, with a built-in triathlon setting and profiles for about 20 other sports, the Vantage M could be a boon for multi-sport athletes. Thanks for watching. That's all for now. I hope to see you in the next video. Until next time.